Hello, and welcome to Aligning to Truth. Today I'm sitting in a long grass near my house, and I really enjoy seeing the grass grow really long and all the flowers coming up in it. So I thought I'd sit out here and chat with my screen. So I don't know if anyone else has this issue. I've got a feeling most people do. But oh my gosh, making a choice, deciding on something, making a decision can be so hard for me. So hard for me. And so I thought, let's talk about it. I actually had an amazing experience on 10 recently where I worked through this, and yeah, I felt a lot of change through it. So I thought maybe I could pass the change on and I could talk about it here. So I think what happens is something that I feel is important for whatever reason, whatever it is, comes about, and I need to make a choice about it. And for some reason, which I'll get to, I struggle with that because I'll have an initial thought about it, and then my mind will come in with all of these reasons for opposing the thought. And when I started to look at it more and moved through this experience on 10, really what it comes down to is fear of making a mistake, fear of getting it wrong. And we can all probably look back on our choices and think about when we made a decision, and then in hindsight we were like, that really wasn't the right thing to do. And so we move through this life really not wanting to get things wrong again. And sometimes the outcome of making a choice can be worse than others. And often it's the right choice. But something we learn in 10 is, at the time, I made the right choice, because if there was another choice to make that was the right choice, I would have made it. So when you think about that, it's amazing, because it means that you can let go of the mind's fear about getting it right or wrong, because the choice that you make is the right choice. What's not good, which is not ideal, is when you don't make a choice and you procrastinate and you get nowhere and you do nothing because you can't make the choice. But when you look at it a little bit more and you dig around in there, something happened in the past to say that it's not safe to make a choice, or you don't want to make the wrong choice because of the hindsight. And I went back, and there's been a couple of things popping up in my mind about it, about the right choice and how I chose something based on what another person thought was the right choice for me. And it's interesting how we really get swayed by other people, and it means that we tend to live our life based on what other people think is the right choice for us, rather than sitting and connecting with our hearts and figuring out what is the best for ourselves in that moment. And that could change, but it's something that we tend not to do. We tend to listen to everyone else around us. And I notice this in my children as well, how they will experience something, and in, let's say, a schooling situation, perhaps they would not be able to listen to how they feel, But because we don't do school, I am encouraging them to not disconnect from the feeling that they feel and let this thing here dictate what we should or shouldn't do. And so, of course, if I'm saying it to my children, I must need to apply it to myself as well. Yeah. So how do you make the right choice? Well, I've discovered that first of all, you need to listen to how you feel, because this really helps you understand that flies, it's what you get out in the grass. This really helps you understand that this is more closer to your truth than everything that comes after that feeling, which is often the mind. So first of all, we get an understanding of truth, and then the mind protection comes in and it says, what if I'm turning down an opportunity? What if I'm not seeing the situation for what it is? What if I miss out? What if I do something that ends up not ideal? What if? And so I think a really good clue for if you're in the mind and you're not listening to yourself, which is guiding you always, is if you're making fear-based choices. Hands up, who makes fear-based choices? That's a real high one for me, definitely. So moving forward, I am feeling my choices. I'm feeling into what is right. I'm doing what is right for me. And I'm taking a step forward. So I hope that you will join me in making a choice and just trusting that in the moment you made the right choice. Much love.